What's up, buddies, and welcome in to the Playmakers Blueprints. I'm your girl, Dejia Goss, and this is the podcast where we get to focus on crafting champions and shaping leaders. I'm here with one of my little favorites, and I feel like I say that in every single episode, but it's very true. Okay, everyone that comes to this podcast is a very special part in my life. So let's get right into the bio, okay? So, Dejia is a part of the AB Honor Roll, okay? She has been a part of 3 school plays, 3 or 4 years worth of choir. Can you sing, girl?
Yes.
Okay. She is a part of the 6th grade basketball team. She has near perfect attendance, 2 years in the student council. Amazing. She is a part of the 7th grade CE Stars program for volleyball. And she is a 2-sport athlete. And one of my favorite things is she's on a billboard at the Farmers Bank Fieldhouse here in Indiana. So please welcome in Dejia Goss. How are you feeling, cousin?
I'm feeling pretty great.
Yeah. Welcome in. Are you nervous?
Not really.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. Like we had a choice. Okay. Here we go. So let's do a quick rapid fire where I just get to ask you a few questions. You just spit them out. Let's let the learners, the listeners know who you are. Okay. All right. So let's do a 24-second and 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. What is your go-to comfort food?
Zaxby's.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Favorite hobby?
Sleeping and eating.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Favorite book?
Frizzy, it's a graphic novel.
Favorite movie?
Imaginary.
Oh, okay. And what is the best piece of advice someone has given you?
When they tell me don't let anybody get inside your head, don't let them get you upset, and just ignore. Be yourself.
I love that. Dropping gems already. I love that. Who told you that? Your mom?
My best friend.
Okay.
Also my mom, my brother, my dad. Sometimes they see me get upset about that, but they tell me almost the same thing.
Good. Okay. All right. Well, let's get right into it. So this episode, we're going to be talking about constructive criticism. And that's one thing I think everybody needs, not only in sports, but in your workplace, in your school, your daughter, your sister. You got to be able to learn and grow. So tell us real quick background of your basketball career and your volleyball career. Where are you at with that?
Right now, my season's over for basketball.
Okay.
During that season, I've learned so much new things. For volleyball, I've learned also so much new things about things that I can do that I never knew.
How long have you been playing basketball?
Since I was 4.
Okay.
So, a lot.
Oh, wow. Girl, you're like 12. Okay. And then how long have you been playing volleyball?
I've been playing volleyball for 2 years now.
Okay.
Second year, probably since I was 11 or 10.
Yeah. And what is your position in basketball?
Position in basketball, I am post.
Okay.
And
Yeah. And then volleyball?
I am middle front.
Okay. And she has a killer jump serve. I saw it on camera. Keep working on that, girl. It's getting good. So we're talking about constructive criticism, just in the sports world first. Okay. So, nobody really likes being yelled at, right? Like you don't always like being told what to do, always don't like the feedback in the midst of a game or a practice, right? Is there a time where, let's say, constructive criticism, made you feel uncomfortable or you got down on yourself and sad?
Yeah, there is. It was when I started hearing the tone of the voice, and I want to let out the madness, but I can't because I'm afraid that I'm getting in trouble.
Girl, keep the madness.
But I can tell myself it's okay.
Okay.
Just breathe. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
That's good. Is there a time in volleyball maybe where you really felt like, this coach is being unfair or?
When I felt like that I couldn't serve at all, I felt like that during my rotation, I thought I would get a chance to serve. And I feel like every single time when opposite gets to serve, I feel like they don't want me to serve at all.
Okay.
And then I realized it's only because I need to keep working.
Ooh, girl. Who is you? Because I'm impressed. Okay. So you took that feedback, that constructive criticism, And instead of, pouting about it and having a bad attitude about it, you went and got better.
Yep.
And now you can jump serve and you go every time, right?
Yep.
Congratulations, Dejia. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's talk about the importance of constructive criticism. Okay. I mean, clearly the coach or parent, they can kind of let you do what you want to do, but you're not going to see any growth. How important is, getting that feedback from your coach or your authority?
Like, what do you mean? Like, break it down a little bit.
I got you. So if I'm on the court and I'm steady messing up, okay, airballing, turning the ball over, not running back on defense, and the coach doesn't say anything to me, am I going to get better?
No.
Am I going to be successful?
Mm-mm.
So how important is it that the coach has that feedback with me?
Really, it should always be important when a coach sees something that you mess up a couple times. You have to say something.
Yeah, you do.
Like, or else you're not going to get better.
Can't.
You're not going to be able to
excel.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to succeed. And so having a coach tell you all that, you'll learn something new.
Yeah.
You'll do it.
Yeah.
And then people on the side, your opponent, they're going to be like, wow.
No, you're right. I think for me, so, I've been playing basketball for a long time. Okay. For me, I was never the kid that would, get upset when a coach would yell. And I'm talking in my ear down the court from the time I started playing to the time that that I was done. Right. And seeing how much that coach cared about me to tell me, you know what I mean? Because they could have let me just go out there and do whatever, and I would have nearly been as successful. It's like that accountability piece. Like, they knew that I had goals. Like, they understood that in order for me to get here to here, they couldn't hold their tongue. Now, you talked about tone a little bit. Not everybody is coached the exact same way, correct?
Yeah.
I think for me, you could go and yell at me, and I would just go and I would do what the coach said, and I would just, kind of, it is what it is. Have you been a part of a situation where the coach yelled at you and you didn't get mad at it and you just went about it and went?
Yeah.
And got better?
In both sports, yes. One time in basketball when I had messed up, they are like, yo, Dejia, hurry up and get the ball. Go in and all that. And honestly, I didn't get mad. I just did it, and we were up for 5.
There you go.
And then for volleyball, my coach, she was saying, swing, snap your wrist and everything. And she was screaming. She was upset.
Yeah.
And honestly, also my mother on the sideline said the same thing.
Shout out Mimi.
Yeah, and I just take it. Sometimes I might feel a little upset, but I just let it go.
Yeah.
And I do it. One time my coach for volleyball, we had to stay for a position for one, a part of the rotation.
Yeah.
And I've hit a 9 before in one tournament, and it was perfect.
It was perfect. Okay. Okay. What do you do as a teammate? Okay. So you're on the court. Let's say you're on the basketball court, and you have a teammate that just messed up, 2 times in a row, and you hear the coach, getting on her. Do you ever have any words of encouragement to that teammate?
Yeah.
What would you say?
Hey, keep your head up. It's okay.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes. Let's forget it and let's get to the next play.
Yeah.
Even if we mess up, it's all right.
Right.
We're all here for you.
Yeah. And I think that's important because, again, if I have a teammate and she's been messing up, we still need her. We still need her, mentally in the game. We still need her to score the points or play the defense. And everybody has a part to play. So if I see that she's got her head down because of something that the coach said,
it's not gonna work.
Bingo.
We're all in the game. I see her down and everything. She's losing, bringing us energy. How are we going to make it as a team?
Yeah.
So we have to encourage her, keep her head up.
Yeah.
And make sure that she holds it.
Yeah. Now I have and you have to answer honestly. Okay. Very important question. Did you always accept the feedback that the coaches or maybe your dad or your mom was giving you? Were you able to take that feedback and, you know, and have a positive response? Or when you were younger, did you have a negative response to it?
Mm,
Okay.
like I was not in it because I was scared like I would get like I'm in trouble after this.
Right.
But they just want me to be a better athlete like I am.
Yeah.
And without the people who corrects me, encourage me, dad, mom, coaches, yeah, they wouldn't. What am I here for?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be playing, but yet I am.
Yeah.
I've been getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you were taking it negatively, what did that look like?
I would almost look like that I was going to cry. I was getting upset, losing the energy that I had before.
Frustrated. I know you didn't like yell back or anything, and you weren't a bad kid. Or, no, sorry, you're not a bad kid. You're still a kid. You're not a bad kid. When do you feel like that was starting to turn around? When do you feel like now that feedback you knew that was good for you instead of it being, negative?
I knew it once I heard, like I was listening to my dad. He was like, I'm not trying to yell. Don't listen to the tone.
Yeah.
And all that. I'm just trying to help you.
Yes.
And then after that, I listened and yeah.
It's kind of like listening to what he's saying, not how he's saying it. Not how he's saying it.
And honestly, ever since he took that advice, like I took that advice, even in volleyball, I didn't get as upset.
Good.
Even though that when I mess up sometimes, it kind of affects the team.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But in basketball, yeah, I don't get as upset. I don't get mad. I don't keep my head down all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So you learned that lesson.
Yep.
Where would you be without that lesson?
I would be still stuck on getting frustrated, keeping my head down, not even getting better, but not as much better as how I am.
Okay. And clearly that's not who you are. And that was a tough lesson to learn. But now that you're on the other side, how are you helping kids on your team or kids that are younger than you? How are you helping them, keep their heads up?
By telling them, just forget it. Mm-hmm. Let it wear off your body. Just don't think about it too much. Yeah. And just worry about the next play. Yeah. Worry about what's happening next.
I love that.
And I did help my little cousin Xavier on his second game. Mm-hmm. When he did so much better, I told him a couple of things that he needed to work on. And yeah.
See, so you give constructive criticism. How do you expect these people, these kids that you're talking about being, your little cousin, how do you expect them to take it? Because it's coming from a good spot. So if you saw Xavier and, hey, go after the boards every time, that's coming from a good place. What if he then turns and gets an attitude? How do you respond?
I would say, hey, it's okay. I know I've been there before.
Yeah.
I'm not being mean. No. I'm just letting you know about the things that you need to work on.
Good. You're going to be a coach one day. Okay. All right. So let's transition a little bit into, receiving feedback, receiving constructive criticism from sports to now how you receive it, let's say in the classroom or from your mom when she says, you need to do better at this, that, and the other. Okay. So how did learning how to take constructive criticism on the court, how did that translate into, let's say, when your teacher gets on you? I know you don't get in trouble in school, but let's say if she was to help you with math and showed you a better way to do things, do you think learning constructive criticism helped you in those spaces?
Yes.
Yeah. How are you able to now still have that positivity in the classroom?
Really, it's not like that they're gonna laugh at me, even though some people are like that.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
honestly, it's a mistake,
Yes.
and you can erase it on your paper as long as you're not using pen.
Right.
Yeah, there's still a whole bunch of time because I'm only in 6th grade.
Yeah.
Taking algebra and all that. She can that's what a teacher's for, to ask questions if you don't understand. And in school, that's what it's about, making mistakes and fixing. And
So, and I'm guessing you help those in school too, and you give them the feedback that they might be in order to go. I mean, you get A's and B's, so I know you do a good job. I think when I was in school, I think I was a lot more quiet. If I had the opportunity now to help somebody, I feel like I do that. When I was young, off your age, it was just about like how quickly I can get this done, so I can go play basketball. Or if it was like a group setting, just tell me what I need to do to kind of go, instead of like taking the initiative to help, the next person. And you feel like you do that? Yeah. Do you feel like teachers expect that from you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of the leadership quality role that you have. You have friends.
Yep.
You have friends. Okay. So let's transition from school to now your friends. You have the best friend, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. How important is it for you guys to have that open communication and give each other constructive criticism?
She had, when I was like having my head down, I was really upset. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I go to recess, I'm just gonna go sit down, trying to get myself under control so I won't be like too mad and hurt somebody else.
Yeah.
But she comes up to me or other of my best friends. Now they'll just like say, "Hey, it's okay." They sometimes play around, sometimes don't. Don't let them get inside your head. Don't let them make you mad, because they all know that I'm probably the strongest and toughest one in the group. They know, like, girl, you're tough. You are a tough basketball and volleyball player. You're a tough, tall girl. You don't need to let them break you down like that. So build up those feelings and just be strong with it.
So it's kind of like you guys clearly have that trust within each other. You guys are able to have that encouragement with each other. If somebody was just always beating you down, like, oh, you need to do this, and oh, your hair looks like that, and but they're not still building you up, right? So if I'm coming here, and I have a best friend, and she always tells me that I look a mess, or I stink, or you don't do this, or you can't do that. Her feedback doesn't mean as much as it would when we give each other the encouragement, but still like know the real, right? So if you knew, she was messing up in school, okay, and you knew that she's better than that and that she's slacking off, you feel comfortable going and telling her that?
I would like say, "Hey, you've been kind of wonky. Is everything okay?
Wonky.
Talk about anything, like, because I know I can see through her if she's upset. If she's not, there's anything that she's trying to say but she can't. So I sometimes sit them down and like, hey, is there anything going on? Is anybody making you mad? Or anything? Because I mean, some people, they do that sometimes with her, and she just like seems off. And I'm there. Me and my friends are there to help her talk about it. And we tell her that it's okay. It's okay.
I love that. Are you guys, like when you guys have good things going, do you guys give each other the praises and say good jobs and things like that?
She supports me in a lot of my sports. Even though sometimes, like, I won't be able to hang out with her because of it, but she supports me. She's like, "Hey, good job doing basketball. Good job on doing volleyball. Congratulations. She made it this far."
There's no jealousy, no hate, just real authentic. So having that strong-minded or that support system that hard work ethic that you have, and using that to keep getting better, even when you hear the negative, because we hear positive feedback and we hear negative feedback. How can you decipher? How can you see like who is giving you good feedback and who is giving you bad feedback?
I can see what type of feedback they're giving me. I can see that maybe this person doesn't like how I'm doing something.
Always
But yeah, like they're just like bugging and all that. But on the other hand, if somebody like gives me that good feedback, I can take that
right
and I can help build
on that.
on how better I can get.
Yeah.
Even though I hear the negative feedback, I build that up too because that could still get me better.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Good feedback is still saying, hey, you're better than that. You need to go and run faster down the court. And so she sees me trying to run faster.
That shows that you're trying.
Yeah.
That I'm giving your all.
I'm giving my all. And so instead of saying, oh, now, she comes back like, I knew you had it in you. Good job. You need to do that every time. Those are good. That's good quality feedback. But if it's nitpicky, it can destroy my confidence. You know what I mean?
Like it can mess you up a little.
Yes. Because now I'm overthinking. Now I'm not playing my game. Now I'm not as confident in my shots or in the classroom. I'm stuck on this math problem. I might be scared to ask for help. I might be a little timid to turn in my papers. Now I'm just getting bad grades in my friendships. You know what I mean?
Stand up a little bit.
Yeah. And that kind of goes back and forth. Are you able to recognize when you give bad feedback?
Yeah, sometimes I recognize it, but when I sometimes give bad feedback in thinking that it's good.
So good intentions with it.
Yeah. They like react a different way and then I'm confused. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? And then we talk about it. They tell me like, oh, and then I rewind it and what I said.
Yeah.
I think now I think about it. It's rude kind of.
Yeah.
And when they say when they try to act like me, saying what I say, now I think, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes, it could be me not understanding what I'm saying for real.
Good. That's so you can recognize that within yourself and you want to make that change. That's good. Good, Dejia. So we talked a little bit about how you weren't always taking the feedback that you heard on the court. You weren't always positively putting that into something, right? You didn't always have like the positive response. Did you feel like you didn't have the positive response in the school too?
Sometimes a little bit, not all the time, but yeah.
You said you're a part of the student council. What does that entail? What is your role? How did you even get started with that?
Well, I realized like student council. I wonder what it was like trying something.
Yeah,
a school activity, because I was already doing fire and play, and then I'm like, why not do student council for the first time?
Yeah.
5th grade, we had to do a speech.
Ooh.
In front of the whole 5th grade in lunch. And they started with like ABC order. And my teacher had an A in it. I'm like, whoa. Hopefully it doesn't say she doesn't say my name. And Miss Thompson says my name. And I was scared.
Yeah.
So then I walk up because I know some of my friends, they judge for fun.
Yeah.
And all that. Some people, I don't know. Some people I know who are just so judgy.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say it. But there's one part that my mom put at the end.
Yeah.
And honestly,
of course you're, in front of the whole class and things like that. So when you were writing your speech, the night or the couple days before, whatever the case might be, you had a speech that you wrote and then you had your mom look over it, right?
My mom was like helping me with it.
During the thing. So you could have easily been like, oh.
I was like practicing. I even said the last.
No, even before that. So when you guys are writing the speech together, or, when you guys were, she was helping you, with the better speech. It was coming from a good place. it was, trying to make you better for growth and things like that. You could have easily seen that and been like, ugh, or I want to do it my way, or how come?
Like, say it.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even know that we could use any object to look at it and everything. My mom taught me not just always look at it, just say it.
Uh-huh.
Look at it, read everything, you see the last word, and just say it.
Yeah. That's criticism. That's constructive criticism. That was helping you get better at things. Do you feel like your mom has helped you, I know this answer already, but I'm going to guess you and your mom are pretty close. What is it about the way your mom parents you that makes you feel like you want to respond positively to her criticism?
Really, I think when I respond positively, we all stay positive together. I know if I respond negatively, something's going to happen.
That's true. She ain't tolerating it.
Positively, let's say my mom says, do your chores and everything. I respond and say, okay, that, even though when I was younger, I always I just didn't want to do chores. But I knew if I respond negatively, she's not going to like that.
Okay.
Her energy is going to turn.
Yeah.
But when she says, clean your room or do the dishes or whatever, I respond positively. I'm like, okay, I get it done. So I heard. And if anything else that she wants me to do, I do it, say, okay, I do it. She just appreciates it. I do some stuff extra sometimes.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Do you feel like you and your mom have that open communication to where you can go and talk to her and she can come talk to you? And do you think that happened overnight, or do you think that took time?
It took some time. I realized she's my mom. I can talk to her. I talked to her about some things. I also talked to her when I was younger about fourth grade.
And then last question about your mom. What do you think could help you be a better, daughter? You're already a really good daughter. But what do you think there are some things, that could help you be a better daughter?
Definitely doing some things where she doesn't have to tell me. Like a little so much stressed. Doing things without asking when I know that I have to do it.
Then you have to do it anyway. Yeah. And probably do it right.
And why not have her just come to me saying, do your chores? I already know of the chores that I'm in charge of.
Yeah.
So why not just I'm learning to not have her come over here now, that especially when she has so much work to do. I can just
just go and do it yourself.
Why not sweep, mop, and all that?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's what she's been teaching.
Good. Anything you want to say to moms?
Love you.
Well, Dejia, this was fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the Playmakers Blueprint. Is there anything that you want to leave our listeners with, just in regards to how to continue to better yourself when you have that constructive criticism?
I can give some advice.
Go ahead.
Never feel down on yourself. Just keep your head up and just be yourself and be great.
I love that. Okay. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of the Playmakers Blueprint. Dejia, thank you so much for being here. You did fantastic. I'm really excited for you and everything that you have going on. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We would love to hear your thoughts. Unfortunately, little Dejia is still not in the social media world, but you will be hearing about a Dejia Goss here in the future. You are absolute superstar on the court and on the volleyball court. So I've been hearing. I gotta get to a game. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to catch us next week, Monday at 6 o'clock for yet another episode of the Playmakers Blueprint. Thank you for tuning in to the Playmakers Blueprint. You can catch me every Monday at 6 p.m. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Catch you next week.